welcome if you new, forgiving your lateness. You streaming in your car, then let it ride. If you on the YouTube, like the video, subscribe. You are now tuned in to the TSP. You are now tuned in to the You are now tuned in. You are now tuned in to the TSP.
Yes, sir. TSP episode 189. I'm your host, Bobby Hall, and with me, as always, a little under the weather, but he's still here. That's young D-Lo. Dylan, we know how you're doing, but how are you feeling?
I'm a little sick with it, Bobby. A little under the weather.
I know him more than anybody.
No, coming down a little cold. Got you know how Ohio be sometimes, and sometimes I'm working in different states, so it's a fluctuating of different temperatures, up and down, and a little bit warmer today. And then I was even up north, as I like to say, earlier today, and it's probably like 10 degrees colder. So, and that's only like 2 hours away. So, just fluctuating of temperatures is all. Got a little cold flu action. First of many, probably. Tis the season, as some say.
It's getting there. It's definitely gotten colder this week. Thursday was pretty rough because it was cold and windy. Terrible mix. But yeah, we're getting hit with the elements now. And with that comes the sick times, especially with guys that you got children at school, and schools are just germ factories,
Yeah,
daycares, all that stuff. So it'll be rolling.
yeah. I mean,
I'm glad that. Well, I'm not glad that you're sick, but if you had to be sick, I'm glad it was this weekend and not last weekend, Dylan, because
right.
last weekend was the 4th annual Griffith Turkey Fry. And before we get too far into that, we just got to both, admit, and we've already admitted to each other, we dropped the ball on the vlog completely.
Yeah.
And I guess with that, it's because we were enjoying the moment, man. We were enjoying the vibes. We were enjoying the company, the food, obviously, prime. Our boy Joe the Greek and and our boy Jake Griffith did tremendous jobs on the 2 birds. They were
100%.
fried to perfection. Delicious. I don't think anyone here had less than 2 plates.
Mm-hmm.
We had sides for days. You brought we still don't really know what to call what you brought, but everyone was bigging it up. So another successful 2 years in a row, man. You've brought something that people were loving on. So
Hey, I mean, as honorable mention, I should be able to bring something gets kind of recognized on the table at least.
yeah, that was. I'm actually glad you just made that comment because I forgot I released my 2024 All Pro Grillers and Thrillers list.
Mm-hmm.
I had to throw you on the honorable mention. You did a few things here and there, but not to the level of the D-Lo I know of years past.
That's fair.
You kind of dropped off a little bit, but I feel like 2025 could be the phoenix rising from the ashes here. So that's what I'm hoping for, at least.
We'll see.
The people out there know what you can do. It's just a matter of you doing it. Obviously, years past, you worked a different schedule. Maybe a little bit less hours, so there's more time there. Obviously, in your prime, I guess you'd say, is when everyone was fucking home and not doing jack shit, so you could do whatever the fuck you wanted all day, every day. So, but yeah, honorable mention. Our guy Joe the Greek, who we had on a few weeks ago, which was fun. Felt like old times, which even though it really hadn't been that long since he had been on the show, but he first teamer, with the greats. I had to throw a Walt on there, which kind of a default. Everyone, that's what the fuck he does almost for a living at this point. But yeah, I had to throw him on there. Just did some fantastic work. I didn't really have anyone too pressed about where they're at. Most people were accepting. I think a lot of people, if anything, were messaging me saying this makes me want to go harder next year to work my way up, to jump from second team to first or third team, upwards. Um, Kyle Bin did say that even though he's on the honorable mention, he'll take the fact that he was technically higher on the actual listing. So the D'Lo Kyle Bin rivalry still,
That's just only because it's alphabetical, Kyle. Ben with a B is at the top. All right.
and it
Let's
was.
not-
I mean, yeah, there's no meaning of where you're on the list. It's just if you're on
yeah,
that list, where you're at.
there you
So,
go.
but I mean,
Straight from the hall's mouth.
Ben, he's he wants to continue to feed the fire a little bit. You guys have been half-ass rivals for probably about 3-4 years now. So let's continue it on. D'Lo, I think you're primed for a big 25. Let's hope I'm right.
Odd number years have been better for me in more ways than just the grilling aspect. But back to the turkey fry.
Yeah.
I did want to say you hit the nail on the head. We were definitely enjoying the moment, living in the moment. And it might sound as a cliche, but that is complete. That's just being honest. I mean, we're just kind of there and wasn't thinking about putting phones in people's faces and trying to get a clip or anything like that. Because when you read the room and people are enjoying people's company and having conversations and watching sports, because we had conference championship games going on for college football, UFC later the night. But yeah, I mean, it was great because like we're all on the degens that we are, playing the same bets and winning some fucking money. And some dogs
That
were
was a
barking that
good
night.
day for some gambling. That
It
was a
was.
good day. A lot of dough won that day. Georgia with the come from behind win. Everyone was collectively on Georgia, so that was fun to watch. But yeah, most of all, it was just in the moment, appreciating it. Basically, phone was down, other than checking some bets. A little disappointed because I was looking forward to having an actual vlog, and we've said before, people like the vlog because it's just obviously a different thing than just tuning into the podcast every week. But we do have some clips that were
Yes.
meant to be for the vlog, but since we didn't complete it the way we wanted to, we'll kind of play a few here to kind of show you exactly how the day went. It's gonna be a lot of mostly stuff from before everything really got going. And then we do have one where he kind of ran up on Joe the Greek in the middle of the festivities to get a nut shot,
As promised.
Yeah. So, I guess you can kind of play a few of these, and you guys can kind of see, some of the makings of another great event.
100%. Now, this one right here is I can try to, because these aren't titled. These are just, how when you upload files, it just says numbers. So based on the brief thumbnail they give me, I did make that dish that we discussed. And here's just like a little speed time warp of me kind of throwing it together. And then I got a D'Lo shot of the finished product. So here's the little quick me throwing that thing together.
Yeah, why don't you explain what's going on here?
If they can hear me, I'm going to be putting some apple pie filling, and then you got a bunch of cinnamon rolls right here that I'm chopping up. And yes, those are clean kitchen shears. Chop them up there, and you put them into the bowl, and you mix it all up. All right, and you'll see right here, I mix it all up just like that. And I was like, all right, maybe I should add a little bit more here. It's a lot of apples, so we're going to put more cinnamon rolls in there. And these are the jumbo packs. So I even that out just like that. And we're going to throw it into the oven. I believe it was 350 for about 45 minutes. Now, here is the finished product of said unnamed dessert. Is delicious, ladies and gentlemen. And it was great. One knock on it, and I think everyone would agree who had it. I'd probably cook the cinnamon rolls maybe separate and then throw it in with the apple pie filling, and then bake it an extra time to get that crust top. But because there's like, I don't know, something with the pie filling didn't have like some of the cinnamon roll chunks weren't as crisp as like obviously the top layer, so it wasn't as good as I originally wanted it to be. But
I did enjoy seeing in the background of the first video. I seen the TSP tumbler.
yeah,
So look, I'm glad to see that. I'm assuming gets use.
yeah,
So
it gets
yeah,
use. I have it in rotation with this one right here. Always have
awesome.
one clean. One's getting washed, one's getting used.
Yeah, I remember. I gave those out to you and Joe at last year's event. So I'm glad they're getting used, man.
Still have a couple stickers. When I travel abroad, I stick some TSP stickers in some stalls in public restrooms. Get the word out. Put it right next to the phone numbers.
There it is.
Oh,
You
and
can. I think the ones that I got on there. There's one that shows. I think the thumbnail might be the Brussels sprouts. I kind of show off what I'm preparing. Some of the sides.
Okay. Now, does this have
You can
commentary,
let
or you
that
have
run.
to talk over it?
Yeah, that all of them should.
Okay. Well, here are the Brussels sprouts.
All right, here's the beginning stages of one of my more popular dishes. Do it for a lot of holidays. Roasted Brussels sprouts, some red onion, goat cheese, bacon, balsamic vinegar. And then we got the beginning stages of some French onion meatballs. And then, you can't have a get together without some cheesy potatoes. So, yeah, I'll show you the after. Don't worry. I'm just letting you know. We're working it here, baby.
And you don't get to see the after because that's again, I fucked up. But
hey, don't worry. Your boy came clutch. All right, because this will lead right into the table spread. I did get a table spread shot. So
wonderful, yeah, because I did not. So this is good.
So here is the spread for said evening.
You can try it. Try the method. Bobby, dude. Evan Mobley, Cavs are playing right now. Evan Mobley has 5 threes in the first quarter. 23 points in the first quarter.
And heard it here first. 5 threes for Evan Mobley in the first quarter. And he did go off that night, just like the Hall Griffith Turkey Fry did that night.
Yeah, so we had your cheesy potatoes, which is that's like a default item in any get together, really. French onion meatballs, which has become a very popular side that I make, and then my roasted Brussels sprouts. I'll tell you what, man, those are some of the best things that I make. Period. Goat cheese, red onion, balsamic vinegar. Love them. I make those pretty much I'm gonna probably make them for Christmas. We had our turkeys. We had some smoked baked beans. Those arrived a little bit later than a little bit after when you recorded that. Corn casserole. We had a shrimp ring. We had a couple dips, and then as you seen in there, no shame in my game. I had a couple of the Kroger brand microwavable macaroni and cheeses. Those things kick ass.
They're
I don't
pretty
care
good.
what anyone says. You know what I mean? I went hard all day on the sides, and then I was like, "Fuck it, man." I'll do a couple of fucking trays of microwavable fucking mac and cheese. They're gonna smack. They got eaten up immediately, and then you seen those beautiful birds. Like I said, fried to fucking perfection, injected with Cajun butter. The other one had garlic and herb butter. Awesome, phenomenal.
And you have the process of making those right here, right?
Yeah, so we'll jump back a little bit to kind of show you what our boy Joe the Greek was doing.
All right, let's see what this one is.
You got young Fryer. Yes, sir.
See your ass later.
Tier one drop right there.
Yeah, and then you'll get to see the close-up shot in this. It's the next one.
Oh, I hope you did it justice, Bobby. I hope you did it justice.
Show me something. Oh, yeah. Gang.
I needed camera lens melted.
with the oil that's bubbling and fucking popping around. That's about as good as you're gonna get there.
Fair enough. And then, of course, what we all been waiting for, and we talked about when Joe was on last when we had him on as a guest. I told him I was going to get that crotch shot. Yeah, he didn't. He disappointed with not wearing the gym shorts. It was a little chilly afternoon, but nonetheless, we got the shot.
I'm like, damn, bro, like, you're fucking skeletal. And we've always laughed about it ever since.
Oh man, love that guy. He was an MVP along with Griff. Did his thing. Fortunately, couldn't stay all night. You know, the following night, which I appreciate, because the following day, was his daughter's birthday party, so he had to get that prepped up. So left a little bit earlier. A few people kind of had to come and go kind of quicker this year, so this one was a little bit more low key, but still a great turnout. Awesome time. I think we still had a good, I don't know, 6-7 of us through the end of the UFC pay-per-view. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shit. There's probably people here from 1 in the afternoon till 2 a.m. So, can't wait to do it next year. You know, it's a great event just to break up the monotony of what is Christmas time and just crazy fucking times. Like just today, I had to just run to because I do the CVS pharmacy inside of Target on 20. I went there today to pick up some medication. Luckily, the pharmacy had no line, but the line to just check out in general to the back of the store.
At a CVS?
To the back. No, the CVS is inside of Target.
Oh, gotcha.
Pharmacy line was good, but the Target checkout line, back of the store. Fucking
what kind of stocking stuffers we buying at CVS? I want them meds.
I'm sure you throw a box of Ozempic in someone's stocking, they'll be happy.
You got some of that fucking honey?
Yeah, man. Straight up. Makes me. I was just telling Tori, I was kind of low key thinking about flipping a box of this Ozempic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how much those are going on? I got a 3-month supply for the fucking Chiefski. Shout out to
just start to my buying them to sell them out of the garage.
Yeah, maybe I'll gain all the weight back, but I'll be rich.
Yeah, the fucking like cardboard written with a Sharpie. Ozempic, turn here.
Yeah. The deal before we bring our guest on, we got to talk about some more good shit, man.
What's that?
Because everyone was sharing last week, sharing their Spotify Wrapped, or if you're somebody like me, who I'm way too far invested and got way too big of a fucking library on the Apple side of things to make the switch. I'm an Apple boy. That's just how it'll be forever. Got thousands upon thousands of songs. It's just way too much for me to try to fucking start over. So Apple does a version 2, which is not bad. But one thing they don't do is share podcast stats, which just sucks because I'm way more into podcasts these days than music. I think I only listen to like 7,000 or 8,000 minutes of music this year compared to I've seen people with fucking 5 figures, like high 5 figures. So, but anyways, I reached out to you because you got to take a look to see TSP's stats for 2024. I shared them with Joe too because he was just as much a part of this as we were because we stopped season 6 end of June.
Yeah.
So most of this is with Joe, but I'm gonna read some of these. This was caught me way off guard in the best way possible, man. This is
just for Spotify, I believe.
Exactly, just Spotify. I wish the other two like YouTube and Apple could kind of show the same kind of thing. I feel like at some point they're gonna probably join up and do the same kind of thing. I don't know why you wouldn't at this point. It's just good branding.
Yeah.
But I was already having a decent week because I was excited, for the turkey fry and all that shit and stuff. But once you sent this shit over, this sent me over the fucking moon, man. I mean, right here, 2024 gains, listeners plus 47%, streams plus 145% deal from 2024. Obviously, 23, we took most of that off until like fall but 145% is gigantic.
Oh yeah.
And so here's the one caveat though, which we kind of looked at. It's kind of something that we've battled since the beginning of the inception of TSP followership, plus 5%. Wish it was, with these other numbers here, double digits, triple digits, but there is a plus in front of it. It could have said fucking minus 5%. Then it'd really be fucking shitty. But, would love for that to go up. But at least we're bringing people in 145% increase in listens. One thing that I do like, I wish it would translate to followers, new listeners, 51% new listeners this year. Love that. Love that. So we're bringing people in, and that's the help of a lot of our guests too. So when they actually follow what they say and do, and share the episode on their socials, and kind of bring that stuff over to new listeners and viewers, this is what happens for us. We love
I
that.
mean, it doesn't even have to be a share. You don't have to like go above and beyond. We appreciate it 100%, but a simple like take 5 seconds to like and just like the episode or subscribe if you haven't already. All those stuff pile up into the algorithms and help us get to those 51% plus new listeners and so on and so forth. So much appreciated, and shout out to you for that aspect. From that aspect,
100%. And to shout out a guest here for the top episode on Spotify. And I sent him this exact graphic and everything. He was very excited. That was my boy Rich Karszewski. He was on episode 168. He's the top episode for us this year in 2024. So shout out to him. This I thought was really cool because it says that TSP is in the top 25% of videos on Spotify. So I mean, how many fucking videos are streaming and getting banged through Spotify? Millions?
I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I had a number to grasp.
It's Spotify. It's got to be. I mean, so many podcasts anymore are video anyway. So top 25% is fucking wild.
That's up there with Rogan.
Well, yeah, he's top fucking 1%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's really cool, dude. I mean, the more I see these, and this one right here blew me away. It says your videos were watched 311% more in 2024 than 2023. I mean, come on. Again, 3/4 into the years when we got back into TSP. I think it was like end of August.
Something like that.
So obviously, who knows? Obviously, these numbers would be a little bit different, but still, 311% is fucking gigantic. I mean, off the charts.
Yeah.
We were a top 5 show for 19 people. Very much appreciate you guys because we since the beginning, man, we just had a very core listener base, fan base that downloads and listens every single week, and we love you guys for that. We appreciate it. It's incredible. Like I love doing this no matter what, but seeing this shit here is just it's fuel. You know what I mean? We were a top 10 show for 23 people, and then top podcast for 9 people. So, I mean, there's 9 people out there that choose TSP over the fucking big dogs, the head honchos, the fucking boss hogs of Spotify, and they come want to know what the fuck you and I are talking about. Or, like I said, Joe as well. Because Joe, he was riding with us. Most of these stats right here are with Joe. So,
Yeah.
And I sent all this to him as well. Just like, dude, you were a part of this just as much this year. So,
and what I want to add to that for the top for those 9 people, and obviously they're listening right now probably to this episode. If you have that screenshot that, and if you could post that on your socials and tag us in it with obviously at TSP_2019, maybe hashtag TSP with that screenshot showing that we are your top podcast on there. And then, Bobby, we're going to have to think of something, man. Think of something for those people that end up following through with that request.
Yeah, maybe because people, seriously, I mean, the ones that listen and watch the show, they are clamoring for the go home or go home shirt. They see you
Really?
wear it, every, so often. I was listening because I get in these modes where I'll listen back to our shit, just to get refreshers for a refresher for our guest today, or just to go back, reminisce or whatever. I remember we had Remy on for the second time. He was really digging the shirt. He wanted one, so yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. For the ones that show their list and they got us in that top spot. We'll send some shirts out or something. But yeah, definitely got to figure something out. But yeah, thank you guys. Not just the ones that have us in the top spot, top 5, top 10. I mean, you've seen the stats I was just saying, or heard the stats. 311% jumps, 145% boosts. 50% boost in listeners means an absolute shit ton. Seriously. So, and Joe was, giddy about it too, because I know that made him feel good, and definitely for me and Dylan, we're gonna do this shit till the wheels fall off. Obviously, we had a little hiccup there for a while when we kind of, treated this differently than we should have, but since we've been back, it's been incredible, and that right there shows that people fuck with us, man, and it's cool. It's
and
really
we
fucking
fuck
cool.
with you.
That's facts. And it also shows another thing, Dilo. They're skull fucking the like button out there on Spotify, and that's what we really get into.
Yeah, nothing better than a good skull fuck.
There it is. And speaking of skull fucking, well, and we'll ask them. Maybe they do it differently up there. Who knows? But we got a guest this week, Dilo.
We do indeed.
Like I said, season 7. I wanted to bring back some past guests, catch up, and see how they've been doing. Because a lot of these folks, it's been 2, 3, 4, and maybe even 5 years if we can get, some of these guys to lock in with us since they've been on. We're about a month away from it being 3 years since this gentleman has been on with us for the first time. He was on with us on episode 127 back on June 10th of 2022. And we got to, we met him. I met him via TikTok. And at the time, he was doing skits and little comedy things on his socials. And we got to shoot the shit with him. You, Joe, and I got to ask all kinds of Canadian questions and learn all kinds of things and just trade information back and forth. And D'Lo, you got to tell him where the best McDoubles are and all that good stuff. So he was somebody I wanted to bring back because he was a great chat. He was a great chat, funny dude, and I'm excited to be able to run it back with him. But D'Lo, we'll bring him on for episode 189. We've brought back friend of show, international guest, and you guys are going to see the owner of quite a beard. That is Luke Markland. He's back with us for 189. Or is it Luke Markland?
Yeah! Woo!
In front of a live studio audience. Wow.
Hi!
He's back. Maybe.
I gotta say, those cheese potatoes have me slightly aroused.
I can tell.
Yeah, no, that I'm salivating at the mouth.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
shit.
There he is. Wait. There he is.
Here I am. Hey, how's it going, lads?
Great intro. Great intro. How long were you
Thank
standing
you.
like that? For 25 minutes?
No, 29.
Not bad. Take a pop a squat, man. Luke, man.
Shit.
Thanks for jumping on back with us. Like I said, it's been just about 3 years, which is wild. It doesn't feel like it.
No, time flies.
The cliche saying is just a fact, man. Time does fly.
No, yeah. I mean, some of the
It's like,
cliche shit is the most true shit.
yeah, time
know
fucking
that.
flies. And it's been 3 years, so we're gonna play some catch up. See how you've been doing. All that good stuff, man. You got to our intro ran a little bit longer than because I forgot a few things, but yeah, man, it's great to have you back. Thanks for some of your time.
Yeah, of course. No, thank you. I appreciate you guys wanting to talk again.
Of course, it was a blast. I remember last time you had it almost sounded like you were like an airplane captain. You had your little headset on. It was pretty. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it was
remember
That's
pretty
why I
that.
good,
tried
man.
to switch it up this time.
Yeah, you're you got the beard now. You're quite the handsome fellow. But
Thanks.
3 years, man. How have things been going for you?
Honestly, been going pretty well. Steps in the right direction.
There we go.
Moved back to my hometown. So that's
Well, we learned
see.
that because at the time you were there where you're at now. You're getting to move somewhere else, but now you're back
I
to where you were.
I at that time I had
You
moved
had
to
already moved. Okay, gotcha.
yeah, and now since then I've
So then,
I mean,
when we get you back,
there was ups and downs.
when we get you back in 2027, you'll be back
Down east.
there.
Yeah.
So,
No, totally. Actually, no, I might just right on to Vancouver. Right on to Vancouver.
or I don't
Just
know.
go the
Maybe you'll come
opposite
on down
direction.
here. Come on down to the States.
That's sorry, not Vancouver. Vancouver's like the LA of
Ah,
like the
okay.
LA of
So if Vancouver's LA, what's Toronto?
New York.
That makes
The
sense.
Little Apple.
That makes sense.
Apparently, a lot of production studios don't like the fact that they film so much stuff up here because they make it cheaper, I guess, because of just how
Hmm.
expensive it is down there at times. Because LA and they're all the staples, right, of most movies.
Now, Luke, how do you feel that you are officially in the top 1% of Canadian listeners for TSP?
And our most viewed Canadian guest.
Sounds fantastic, and you know what? Kind of hurt
Hurt.
that there's not more Canadians listening to you guys.
I feel like there's like an American law that you can really only have so many hours of just Canadian on
Yeah.
your show or
That's it.
I guess
That's it.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking into it as Bobby was riddling off some of that recap numbers there, and just out of curiosity. And Canada is third most streamed from TSP. I thought it would definitely be second, but it's third.
Let's
To
do.
only get beat out by obviously the United States, number one. And number two, surprisingly, comes in Singapore. So we're popular, Bobby, in Singapore.
Yeah,
All right.
that's some range.
Luke, you gotta step it up, man. You guys gotta
know.
beat out Singapore. I mean, maybe this episode is the one
This is gonna be the one.
because I feel like you had a pretty good solid support group on this first go around. I think your first episode did some decent numbers, man. Because like I said, when we were going over our stats, when people share our stuff,
Mm.
people tune in, and that's how we get like the new listeners and stuff. And because we've had a
Oh,
lot of people,
totally.
we've gone over it so many fucking times. We've had people here with 6-7 figure followers that'll be like, yeah, we're gonna share your stuff. I'll make sure it's on our stories, this, that, and the third. They don't follow through. So
Oh,
We had a guest on who is maybe currently, I'm not sure, but was dating at one point at least for a fact, Doja Cat. So
yeah, the TSP, since you've been off show, we now have 1 degree separation between us and Doja Cat.
yeah,
It's pretty interesting. Yeah.
and that is the TSP rocket, baby.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the thing. You said you've been doing a lot better. So has the rocket treated you well? Is that what you're telling us?
Well, I'm not nothing yet. Here's what has happened. So
You
actually,
didn't have those trinkets behind you the first time. So so
no,
far I would say
no.
yes.
Got Buddy the elf over here that's helping me out here.
Great movie.
Now he's on my shoulder. But I gotta say that I will say that in regards to from last time we talked to now, I kind of actually gave up on just making videos, and I was like, I, I've well, I can't think of anything. I'm done. Blah blah blah. And then went to this gathering, and it was like my buddy held a little birthday celebration for me, and then one of my friends put on some old videos of mine. There were some people there that I didn't know and whatnot, and everyone was laughing at them and this and that. I'm like, oh, I remember why I made these. So I made myself a promise, and this was back in March. And not that I've dove into it or anything, but I made myself a promise: if I come up with at least 10 video ideas, then I will, whether it be YouTube or whatever, just video ideas, and I will start making videos again. And I'm currently at 7 or 8. So, I guess my game plan going into the new year, not necessarily right off the hop, but it's probably come springtime or summertime. I'm probably going to get back out there and actually finally start doing what I've been meant to do and what I've been wanting to do, even though I told myself that wasn't the case.
Well, your timing sucks because TikTok's seemingly going to lose about 180 million viewers here soon, I guess, thanks to the
YouTube.
apparently upcoming ban.
There'll be a new one.
It all
Oh,
depends on like long
There's a
form,
ban
short
like
form.
every other fucking year. It'll get turned around, but that's good because that's what I was going to ask. Because I obviously, we follow each other on socials, and I noticed, no big changes on that side of things, and that was one thing we had talked about in the initial episode was, that's how I guess I discovered you was, via live, and then kind of seeing, the videos on your account, which got pretty solid views out the gate. And I know that, like you were telling us, I think a 5-minute video took you, hour and a half, 2 hours to film, edit, and all that stuff, which it's probably way funner to do the actual, filming and all that stuff and then like the editing. Because we've done a couple of vlogs on our YouTube channel, and it's fun to do. And it's not awful, but obviously the editing part is way less fun than, being in the moment and filming all the fun stuff. So
Yeah. Though I will say that I do enjoy the editing to a degree. Like, it's either sometimes annoying because it's like, oh crap. Either if we want to find a time to reshoot this, we can, or we're just gonna have to figure something else out that wasn't the plan. But I actually kind of like it because then you kind of figure out sometimes it's like, oh, actually, you know what? If you cut it like this, a little bit different here, then it's actually a lot better. But I mean, there's ups and downs with it, of course. But
Dylan,
yeah,
have
no,
you ever seen his? It's like probably his best video. It's the one that's got the most. Have you ever seen his?
It's on TikTok.
Yeah, what's your TikTok account?
Luke
Probably just your
Markland.
name. Yeah, that was one thing actually. At the end, because I remember the first episode, as with every other guest, we'll have you shout out your socials and stuff, and everything was like Luke Markland or Luke Markland with a number or
Luke Markland
Luke
comedy.
Markland comedy.
How'd you come up with that?
But yeah, it'll be good. We'll play it on here because people kind of see what I'm talking about here, man.
Oh man,
It's
there's
good
a lot.
stuff. It's great edit. I think it's like, I don't know. It's gonna be its top. Whatever one has the most views. That's the one I'm talking about.
It should probably be shit.
So which one? What's the okay?
Luke
Well,
Markland
share your
13, maybe.
Screen and I'll show you.
Okay, I'll just do that because there's a lot.
It shouldn't be that much.
Thanks.
Oh, there's a lot of. Oh,
Probably Luke Markland 13, maybe, or maybe if you try 13.
yeah, the first one.
Top one. Yeah. Oh, no picture. That's great.
And then it's
The
the first
bottom one.
video.
First one.
Yeah. Well,
Very
shit.
bottom,
Actually,
the
you know
bottom
what? I don't know if we can play that because it's got.
Oh yeah, probably not.
Shit, I don't think we can play that. That sucks because it's got audio from a Bo Burnham
Bo Burnham.
special. But Damn, that's my fault.
Oh, you're good. It's my fault for piggybacking off of
Well,
them.
we could probably play like the first 10 seconds, and then people probably can get the gist. Go ahead, Dylan.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll play it. People watch other people's videos all the time, so. This one or the top?
Yep, the first one. Yep.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Yep.
How we feeling out there tonight? Yeah, I am not feeling good. Wake up at 11:30, feeling like a bag of shit. Oh no! All my clothes are dirty, so I'm smelling like a bag of shit. Go to pour my coffee and I miss my cup. OMG, that is just my luck. Look in the mirror, say, what's up, you useless fuck? Are you feeling what I'm feeling? I haven't had a shower in the last 9 days. Staring at the ceiling and waiting for this feeling to go away. But it won't go away. I'm not really feeling like I want to get lit. Tell us how you're feeling. Well, I feel like shit. Oh, how we feeling out there tonight?
That's good shit, man.
Great cinematography. Great
Yeah,
angles.
yeah, cinematography, the editing's perfect. Who filmed that with you?
That was actually my buddy Cam. I was when I found out that my brother couldn't make it on tonight. I was trying to figure out something with him. It didn't end up working out, unfortunately. But yeah, no, he had him and I have written most of my videos, kind of things. Okay, we can get rid of that belly roll there. That was gross. Thank you. But we no one needs to see that. Why'd I post that on the internet? But yeah, no, him and I have written most of our stuff, and he's more often than not like the behind the camera guy. He they're like the guy that would film and whatnot and suggest angles. And he was the one that came up with those Zoom ideas and whatnot. Now the guy's a very creative individual from behind the camera, and yeah, no, he's
Is he somebody that you're bouncing ideas off of for what you're trying to?
Yeah. He was the one that actually I didn't even promise myself that I was going to come back in town. I told him that he didn't, or that I didn't want to, and then he was like, "Dude, come on." And then I was like, "You know what? If I can come up with 10 ideas, or we can come up with 10 ideas, or whatever is the case," and him and I play a decent amount of video games together, and we just talk, ends up coming up with ideas, and that's probably been at least 5-bit ideas. So yeah, he's just as much a part of this as my brother and myself are. Really, I'm just kind of the face.
Well, like I told you in the first episode that we had you on, dude, make it happen, man. You got good comedic timing. You know what I mean? And obviously, with the help of your buddy there, you guys can definitely make some magic. So I hope it's something you do.
Thanks, buddy.
You've had 3 years, but whatever.
Yeah, I know. Really taking my time, eh?
Yeah, no, it's good.
I'm works different up here.
Get the ideas. I'm glad that you kind of
wine.
Yeah, true.
Thank you.
Yeah, barefoot wine. Yeah, I'm glad that you kind of set somewhat of a goal, especially. Yeah, we're getting ready to enter into a new year, so it's good. I don't know if that's going to be like a resolution, but yeah, hopefully in the next couple months we'll see something, man, because that's something I've been kind of keeping tabs on, over time since we had John the first time, because yeah, that's like I said, that's what kind of caught my eye. So, and obviously you can see there, you had I think I've seen 16K on that one. Then you had a couple other with 5-figure view counts there. So if you would have kept her rolling, who knows, man.
I will say, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, that a lot of those followers and or views came from my buddy Cam, who was more frequent on TikTok. Then he just posted a video of me reacting to a Bo Burnham remix or something like that, and that had like 1 point something mil or 2 point something million views. And then he tagged me and I'd be like, "Hey, he made an account." So a lot of those do come over from that. But it's just all natural talent.
Well, here's the thing: you disappeared off the map, and I think that you might be partially to blame to Bo Burnham dropping off the face of the planet. So
You know
maybe
what?
once you return to making videos, maybe he'll make a return.
I think what happened was he saw what he did and that there's people like me and went, I don't want to do this ever again.
That also could be, yeah. That
I
could
mean,
that could have
I don't
one
know
of the
him.
two. It's one of the two, man. But yeah, we don't know where he's at. And you guys probably look about the same at this point.
I
I
would
would
say a
imagine
little
he's
bit more
probably
back
somewhere.
then because the hair was a little longer, but
Yeah.
But besides that, yeah, I mean,
But I've never been like huge into his stuff, but like I said, I came across my recommended on YouTube that video that I sent you, kind of explaining that he just after he dropped that, was it pretty much after that special, that was it for him, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Nobody's seen because he doesn't get on socials and none of that shit, so nobody's really seen the guy in like 4 years. I assume he's still alive, but
Yeah, I feel like there would be some sort of Google.
and he must
Yeah,
have
you'd hear it.
been frugal enough, or I don't know, maybe made enough to live off whatever he made because
That's
he's
it.
not doing anything else.
Sure, he makes residuals at some point. Just continuous income.
Or streams, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that he from I actually like kind of watched a couple of videos not too long ago. Well, when you showed me that video, you sent me that link not too like a month ago or so.
Yeah.
And maybe a few weeks, but I watched a couple other ones too, just because it got me back in the loop. And I think he's saying that he's kind of wanted to go more like director, actor, whatever kind of direction rather than doing stand up because of, I mean, I guess his anxiety that he talked about in the previous one. I don't know. Or he just is like, I don't like making people laugh anymore.
Sad. Sad reality.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the thing. I mean, I can't say anything. I made 3 videos and then went,
Hey, that's 2 more than what I made.
I meant to ask, by
You
the
made
way.
that one reel, Dylan. You made one reel.
I meant to ask, how has that been? Because I was listening, I was just making sure I didn't sound like an idiot this time around again. That you said that you put out that video, and it got a good amount of likes. Have you made any more since?
I haven't. I've had the itch before, but
he does a lot of one and dones. He had a great review series called Moan or Groan, where he'd try a food item and he'd either moan if he liked it or he'd groan. And we only have a part 1. He's also done a wine review video. That's a one and done as well. So and that's kind of his thing. I kind of dig it, man. There's people.
He's a
one and done. He'll go on to the next thing. That's young D'Lo.
I want to see if I can get it.
We're trying to get him to do a fleshlight review.
That's in the works.
We're working
So
towards
just
that.
how bright the lights are? I don't get it.
It sounds like look
all the
and
senses.
feel. Yeah.
Oh, flesh. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, it'll illuminate all right.
Glow in the dark.
Yeah.
All right, there he is. Should be in my reels. All right, yeah, here we go. Gotta get this up there.
I like that.
I wish I had hotkeys for this to make it a little bit more smoother, but because this is great for the non-video listeners. Where am I at? Instagram share. All right. So this is the
and then just right next to it is the wine.
Yeah.
Review.
One and done right there, back and back. So we'll do the wine review first, I guess. Oh, Rosa, a product of Italy. Hopefully, it doesn't have the Corona, but still, nonetheless, I'm here to drink this nice red wine. Haven't done a wine review in a while. It's actually my first one right now.
Love that line.
Yeah, let's get to it. I have a glass right here. I'll already let the tannin settle. You have to do that before drinking some wine. But here we go. One drink here.
Everybody knows the rules.
It's pretty fucking good. So I just took a sip of this Stella Rosa. You can get it at your local Target. Keep that in mind. And if you want to try this out, you like red wines. It's a nice flavor. Doesn't taste too alcoholic.
That's
giving
a
this
word.
bad girl a product of Italy, an 8.3. First of many wine reviews.
First of
Here I got
many,
nice
says.
Stella Rosa.
Oh,
dude, I do something like that too. I had a video on YouTube and I still have it up there for whatever reason that I like just jumped in. I'm like, update. And then I told I'm gonna do this and that and this, and then I put one more video out and that was it.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. And then this one randomly, it was just like, I don't even know why I recorded it. I just had the idea to do it over this specific sound bite. And it got a lot of likes, a lot of traction for some odd reason. So,
did you realize that if you sit on the toilet at 11:59 and the clock strikes midnight, it's the same shit, different day? Did you realize that if you sit on the toilet...
there he is.
That's great, man.
thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah, for real.
I needed to know
Dylan, he's the king of the one and done. That's just his thing. And at this point, I feel like that's just what you should do, and then continue to caption it or say things like, "Yeah, first of many" or "part one."
Yeah. I mean, that has kind of always been my thing. Was doing like it was like a 3 and done. It's a 3 and out, if you will, for you football folk.
Right.
The 3 videos and a punt.
There you go. Yeah, that makes sense.
All great ideas, though. It just never fell through.
Luke, what's the most Canadian thing you've done this week?
Oh, shovel my driveway. No,
there you go.
No, actually, we don't actually have that much snow at the moment.
Okay.
Unlike Buffalo, which is crazy.
What is your favorite vowel?
A.
Hell yeah.
Nice. That's good. I actually haven't heard that before.
What if he just was like E? Like, what are we looking
I should have said sometimes why.
Sometimes why? Yes. Yeah. We're educated.
Yeah, man.
Most Canadian thing I've done this week, though, walking by someone in the mall, or not mall, but like a store, and being like, oh, sorry, and we do one of these, oh, sorry, and like that is.
You know what I say? If you ever do that with a chick, all right, and I just be like, looks like we just shared our first dance, and it usually breaks the ice. So
that's noted.
There you go. Dilo, pepper spray is not that bad after about an hour, right?
Hour and a half.
That one doesn't work.
No, I'm not getting maced. I don't plant flags at the middle of the field. So, which we could talk about that. How much fucking pussies Ohio State is. Holy shit! Did you see they're trying to make that a fucking felony?
Well, they aren't.
Well, I mean, it's the whoever the fucking person in charge, whoever wrote that bill out trying to get it passed and pushed, never going to happen. Wrote it out to where it's going to be a felony just for Ohio Stadium. No other stadium in the state of Ohio, just Ohio Stadium. If you plant a flag, it's a 6-month prison sentence for that felony.
Yeah. Ohio has so much shit that needs done, but I'm glad they went with the top priority. So this is good. That's just
really.
you know, American politics. Just like, you know, our president that's getting ready to jump in here. One of the first things he wants to tackle: daylight savings time. Thank you, because that's been really a struggle for me and my family. So
that's the issue.
We're gonna tackle that out the gate. They picked the good ones, man.
I mean,
healthcare? Nah, we're gonna make sure we keep that hour, baby.
Yeah, we get it back anyways.
Now, here's the thing: I do think daylight savings time is dumb. It should just be a single thing.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But let's get some other shit. You know what I mean?
Let's-
Let me get a
let's
Chuck
prioritize
roast for
that.
fucking
Yeah, let's get
$2
some
a
fucking
pound.
studies so CDL drivers can smoke weed.
There it is.
Exactly.
There it is.
Full circle. Full circle.
Yeah,
Yes,
there it
sir.
is.
I was
Crazy.
gonna say that shit. Never mind. Carry on. I just saw you
Oh,
going.
I'm curious now.
I was just gonna ask, you're on the outside looking in.
Mm.
What's the TV show? It's like a TV show for you guys at this point. Probably it's like a TV show for us in the States. But
Free entertainment.
you got your hand on the window, looking in, man. I mean, what's yeah? All right, turn it around.
I mean, I gotta say, I mean, it's interesting. I'm trying to be nice.
That's
I
usually
mean, everyone has their own opinions on it and whatnot,
Sure.
but from my perspective, not everyone from Canada has this perspective, I will say, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised just from last time and felonies and whatnot. But yeah, it's surprised, but it is what it is. Wow, that's easy to say from up here, isn't it? Sorry.
No, I mean, it is and it isn't. Just because, I mean, Democrats ran a very shitty race. They went about it all wrong, and now I think it's pretty funny that Joe Biden's getting ready to just jump out with a blaze of glory. Like, all right, Hunter, you're pardoned. Let's go, buddy. What are they gonna do? Fire me? They already did in fucking June.
Yeah.
So I think that's funny. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, without going into too much detail, that's the best I can say at this point. And which is detail from, once again, it doesn't, a person that doesn't really matter to the situation down there, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's interesting. Disappointing is a word that I'll use. But I mean, to each their own. But yeah, I do agree though they ran the Liberals ran that race terribly. I mean, I'll play in golf if you carry your own bag. I wish my brother was here to do that line. He has a perfect impression. But only that line. Like, he doesn't have a good impression of Biden from besides that. But anyways, sorry.
That's fair. It's always interesting. I mean, it's not like we go international every week, so it's nice to get a little opinion from different aspects. Now next week we're going to talk to a Singapore guest and find out where they stand with that.
I could guess.
Yeah, they're back. Fuck them tariffs.
Yeah, I mean, did you guys see? Like, I mean, I don't want to get too much into politics, but did you see? Like, you know who Rob Ford is? He's what he said about you know what? We're not going to get into it. But he was like, if he's gonna put tariffs, we're gonna cancel their electricity on the East Coast. And I'm like, oh, way to start a war with the ones defending us. Not. I mean, it's funny. It's an interesting take, but yeah, we'll get off that. But yeah.
Yeah, we don't need any of that stuff going on.
Yeah. Sorry.
Jump off Joe Biden. He might be getting us in our own war going here soon. The way tensions
going out with the blaze.
are rising. But so yeah, like I said, Joe Biden said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna leave that seat fucking scorching hot for old Donnie. See how he can."
He's just
handle.
Good luck.
Yeah.
He stumbles off.
Hunter, let me get some of that dust. Let me see what this is about. I'm retired now.
He's just like, good luck, Donald.
No kid.
That's a throwback.
That's a one-man show. Luke Markland. You can catch him Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays.
Coming to a YouTube near you.
Coming to YouTube.
Most likely with his name in the name. His name in the name.
Fun fact: this time I'm going to go with Mook Larkland. So
I like that.
13. Mook Clarkland 13.
31.
Yep.
31. There you go.
That's you, and that's youtube.ca/
Yes.
Is it really?
Markland.
No.
Have it all fucked up.
No, it's full circle. It's actually pronounced.
Had to be there.
Yeah.
Actually, CA.
That's a joke only us get.
Yes. Sorry, you guys weren't there for the pre-production.
Inside jokes. Love to be a part of one day.
Shout out to you. You an Office guy, Luke?
Yeah. I mean, I never got into it. My brother, huge fan, and I'd watch it when he was watching it, kind of thing. So that I will say, but
We can't talk about him anymore. Okay, he chose work over the TSP rocket.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Because he needs money or whatever. So,
but that is the times that I have watched it the most. Was with him, but because he needs money. But I don't know if you guys have seen that new show that's also by the same people from The Office. It's called like St. Dennis Medical, and it's literally the same thing but in a hospital.
I don't think so.
It's quite comical.
If it is, I probably wouldn't unfairly wouldn't be able to enjoy it, unfortunately, because with my flag planted, bringing it full circle again, into The Office, I've tried to watch shows similar to that, and it's just like, for instance, when people are like watching The Office, they compare it to what's the other fucking show? Parks and Rec.
UK.
No, Parks and Recs.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
People compare those two, but it's like, if you watch Parks and Recs first, I can understand why you find that funny. I mean, it's a good cast for sure. It's a good like storyline and all that stuff, and it's a funny show. But like, because I watched The Office first, and like that's where my love was found with that type of show, I obviously picked The Office. It's kind of like when people compare How I Met Your Mother and Friends. It's like those two things are pretty much kind of like the same thing. Got a bar, got a coffee shop.
Yeah, that's what they replaced it with.
I
Rather
don't know
than,
if this is a hot take or not, but I think Friends is maybe one of the most overrated shows ever. I also think Seinfeld's overrated, but
Whoa! I think Bobby. Did you buy Hot Ones for 18 million?
Seinfeld. Here's the thing: I used to watch Seinfeld with my parents, so it was always watchable and stuff like that. But I've never really gone back and watched it since, or watched the whole series in its entirety.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, and I also like. I mean, Friends isn't even in the top 5 for me, probably. So I'm with you there. I do like Friends more than I like Seinfeld, but also it's not that Seinfeld isn't funny. It's classic comedy, but it's just not for me. And I feel you there.
Yeah.
Seems like it's a little dry for me.
Well, I mean, it's the show about nothing, so.
I do like the bass slaps though in between scenes. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom.
I will say that, yeah, the score or whatever, tremendous.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that will be in like legendary forever. Like that will never not be parodied because of how iconic it is.
Yeah, like I'm more of like a Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like that shit's funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like the episode where they go to the water park when it's
Workaholics.
closed. And he's like, he goes up to the top of the water slide and it's fucking bone dry. And he pours just a single 16-ounce bottle of water. He's like, that should be enough. And he goes down it. It's like you just hear it screeching. He's like, it burns. Yeah.
Was that Charlie that does that?
No, it was what's Danny DeVito's character name?
Oh, okay, yeah.
He just single bottle of water. It's like that should be enough for a giant ass slide.
Well, for him,
it wasn't enough.
Oh,
but yeah, I mean, it's fucking hilarious.
No, that's a good show, man. Is it that you're like like, are you not huge on mockumentaries kind of thing, or? Well, I mean, you like The Office, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just, yeah, that's just fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, The Office. I mean, that's one of the most rewatchable shows probably out there for sure.
I'd agree because it also has like that. I mean, there is obviously like continuity in the show, but it's not like every episode is continuity. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's all kind of like a Family Guy-esque kind of thing that's like, you know what, this happens in this episode, but it doesn't really matter unless it's like a super pivotal plot point.
It's just well written. And there's layers to it. There's
Yeah.
multiple stories within the grand scheme of the entirety of the show.
Yeah.
Like you have Pam and Jim's relationship, then you have Mike's side story, then you have so on and so forth. But all these little tiny stories in one big grand scheme of a script. So like you could catch something you missed completely first couple times.
Oh, definitely. It's like listening to an Eminem song.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Even
But
to this day, songs that I grew up with that I'm like, oh, that's what he meant.
as we do towards the end of every calendar year when we're on TSP and we're running a season, we do our TSP end of year awards. And Luke, I informed you that we were doing it. So last year we had our guests kind of join in and share his nominees. So I gave you the topics and kind of had you make your own little list. So as we go through, we'll have you share yours as well.
Couldn't tell you. Didn't do it.
Deal. I don't know. Last year you had a little intro video prepped. I don't know if you had another one this year. Last year,
I mean, it's the same one, different audio. I had to throw our own TSP theme on it because the last audio, I guess, was corrupted. So I threw.
Okay.
But yeah, nevertheless, bring to you TSP Awards.
Here we go. And again, for those that are just listening audio wise, probably are very confused at what just happened there, hearing the intro again. But
that's why I watch YouTube.
This is the 2024 TSP End of Year Awards. As always, we got rid of one because I feel like Cuck of the Year and Fucko of the Year were kind of one and the same, except last year when we had a more literal winner with Adam 22 being the Cuck of the Year because he was really a cuck. So we just narrowed it down to Fucko of the Year, MVP, and Rookie of the Year. So I can start us out. We'll run through our Fuckos of the Year. Mine, it was pretty simple. Dave Grohl, drummer of Foo Fighters. I'm sorry, not drummer. I'm sorry, lead singer and guitarist of Foo Fighters, drummer of Nirvana.
Yes,
two of the best bands of all time. He came out in September saying that he knocked someone out outside of his marriage, and now it's basically kind of halted the Foo Fighters, and they've canceled all these dates, and they're not going on tour and now he's probably in the midst of trying not to get divorced because I'm sure that'd be not only bad for him emotionally, but financially I'm sure he'd take a hit. His kids are probably pissed at him. And, all these years, he's just been, Mr. Good Guy and, just as far as I know, just a good dude and stuff. But as we've learned, he's just like most musicians and people out on tour and stuff. He went out and knocked some rando up and now looks like a piece of shit. So, that was an easy one for me. Fucko of the Year for Bobby Hall, 2024. Dave Grohl. D-Lo, floor is yours.
Let's go down the line. Let's go down the line here. You want to go? Bring the guest up.
If you got something, you can go ahead first. I mean, I have something, but if you want to go first, all right, I'll go. You go. Oh, geez, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you.
Looks like we just had our first dance. With that being said, I'll go here. Fucko of the Year. Oh, there could be many. I've kind of mulling this around a little bit, but got to go with the obvious one. And without any kind of explanation to it, I can just say the name, and I think everyone could agree: P. Diddy.
Diddy, yeah. That was going to be one of mine too. That's why I wanted someone else to go first.
Yeah, P. Diddy, for obvious reasons, Fucko of the year, and I'm sure that will taper off into the 2025 season when we find out even more information. It could be even more Fucko candidates, for all we know. A lot more candidates. So
apparently Jay-Z has been looped into that somewhere. I don't know that exactly,
I mean,
but,
and LeBron stepping away from the Lakers for personal reasons. What's going on?
I didn't hear about that. Damn.
What's going on there?
Oh, don't. Come on. Don't fall into the Twitter news feed.
You're telling me he hasn't been to a whiteout party?
That's why he left the fucking team. What are we doing? The guy's 40 years old, 21 seasons in. He can fucking. He's definitely, but yes, he's been. I mean, he's on record saying there ain't no party like a Diddy party. So yeah, I mean that's gonna
right. Yeah,
be
that's
a bad look
probably
forever.
That just means something so different now.
Yeah,
hey, rumors circulating. But yeah, P. Diddy for sure is for me. How about you over there in Canada? Maybe there's a Canadian one.
I mean, you could easily toss out, and which I'd like to clarify. That's what I was going to say earlier when we said I didn't want to talk about politics too much, but I was just going to say this. It's not perfect up here. We got a Dillard running our country too. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of Canadians want me to say Justin Trudeau. I mean, he definitely fit up there. I mean, if it's of the year,
well, Drake hasn't had the best year either. So, and
I will say that this is going to be this is going to be my fucko of every year, excluding Trump. Sorry, I had to toss it in there. But is Jake Paul.
Jake Paul fucko of the year.
With that fight. Oh, dude, that was boring as fuck. And you can't blame Mike because he's 51. And
58.
That's what I said. And I
he gave us the best moment of the night. I mean, he showed his whole ass to the world. So.
Yeah, that was before the fight. But yeah, no, I mean that's got to be mine. I mean, like I said, I'm not a fan of the guy in general, but knowing that he's been getting smacked on the internet has been just a nice feeling for me. Though I do recall Bobby saying that Logan was your boy last time we talked.
I like them both.
I
do like Logan more.
All right, have a good one, guys.
I'm a pro wrestling guy, and he's, believe it or not, is pretty fucking good.
Oh, okay. You're a pro wrestler? You're not pro. You're a WWE guy?
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, dude, I just recently got into it this year, and honestly, as much as I don't like Logan, what was it? He did like the moonsault off the rope.
Yeah, he's spectacular, man. It's pretty wild. I thought he was gonna be absolute trash. He's really fucking good. So,
I mean, he's an entertainer, that's for sure.
Well, so because he's smart, so he'll take like you said, everyone on the internet hates his ass, so he'll take that, and he's like a big heel, and it's perfect. It's just the perfect role, and he can back it up in the ring, man. So I hope, because next month is the Royal Rumble, which is like one of their biggest events. Yeah. So hopefully,
that was the first one I ever watched
since he's wrestled. I think he just had a kid and shit, so I don't know. We'll see if he pops into the Royal Rumble because they like to do like the surprise entrance and stuff. So, but yeah,
looking forward to seeing on Netflix.
Yeah. Hopefully it's better than, because I mean it was dog shit for that fight.
Sorry, Cena. I meant John Cena. Wait,
I was talking because the Netflix broadcast, it was just for a lot of people.
Yeah.
For me,
that's what I heard too.
I mean, obviously there won't be as many people watching WWE Raw as there was that fight, but there's still going to be millions of people tuned in. So I hope they got their shit together, or it's gonna be bad news. But yeah, I like both those guys. But say what you want to say about Jake, and then that fight. I mean, and here's the thing, I was one of the people that fell for watching a 10-second clip of Mike Tyson sparring and training. Like, okay, he's about to go in there and fucking knock his ass out. I bet on Mike Tyson. and was made, felt like a
Yeah.
fucking fool by the end of it. I fell for it because Mike Tyson versus fucking Thin Air, incredible.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson versus a decent 28-year-old,
What, 30 years
boxer.
is junior?
No good. He looked fucking terrible, but he makes that shit entertaining. That he kind of brings like the pro wrestling aspects into boxing. He got Mike paid, and all that stuff. But we don't gotta go whole tangent on that. But
Yeah.
I can see why people, he's a polarizing figure for and for a lot of reasons.
Definitely.
But we can move on to Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Which D'Lo, I have a link in the private chat that I'll have you click here in a second after I make the announcement. But I don't know if they're going to be. I don't know how far widespread they are. So this is probably something you've maybe never heard of, Luke. But Dots Pretzels, they've recently kind of become a thing, and maybe it's just Midwest in general. I don't even know if it's widespread in the States, but great snack. I've never been a humongous pretzel guy, like pretzel rods and all that shit. I've always been like a chip guy, Cheetos, etc. But I got hip to the Dots pretzels. They are tremendous, just perfectly seasoned. They're buttery. They just came out with a new flavor this year, garlic parm, and just like everything else that they've dropped so far, an absolute banger. If you want to click that link for me, D'Lo, just kind of show the people. Bang, there they are. Parmesan garlic seasoned pretzel twists. Incredible. I mean, just great flavor. Again, just a buttery pretzel with just the perfect amount of seasoning. I love them. They go perfectly in line with. They have the original. They got the honey mustard, and then they got the Southwest that joined the fleet there. Dot. She herself is almost my MVP because she's just keeps dropping these bangers. But she at least is getting the Rookie of the Year with this one right here, the Parm Garlic. If you haven't tried them, give them a shot. They are a little pricier, but what the fuck isn't pricey anymore at this rate? So they're like
But those sound fantastic.
usually $5 to $6 a bag, worth every penny. Believe me.
I feel like it's better with it being the pretzel sticks rather than just the whole pretzel itself.
Yeah, they're like little twists about the size of my cock. So not too big whatsoever. You will not.
Yours is that big?
Well, not in December. So I guess that's the size of my cock in the summertime.
It's cold up here. It's colder up here.
Okay. So I just heard something slap. So good for you. But that is my Rookie of the Year. D'Lo, what do you got?
Oh, let me fix this. There we go.
I'm back in the middle.
And boom. All right. So, Rookie of the Year. So Dots Pretzels obviously been around more than 2024. So I can see this angle of it's new to you, or maybe new to the year.
Well, that flavor's new this year.
That's fair. That's a fair point. But I'm setting up my angle here because when I say my Rookie of the Year, they're going to be like, "But he's been around forever." I mean, you know what? Like, there's nothing new about it. But it's more of like a comeback angle into this year. Now, this person comes back with a feud and sets up a new album that he just dropped back in November since 2022. This person, Rookie of the Year for 2024, is Kendrick Lamar. Beautiful marketing strategy with creating a feud with one of the top pop artists, rap artists in the game with Drake, who sets up a successful marketing campaign into a album that he drops in 2024.
But Drake and him are buddies, yeah?
I hate to push back on that deal, but I don't know if that goes.
Why not?
Kendrick Lamar is not he's not a rookie.
He's not a rookie.
Right.
Dots Pretzels aren't rookies.
I'm not talking about Dots Pretzels. I'm talking about the Parmesan garlic flavor is the rookie.
Well, but what I'm saying is
you keep taking away out, like I shouted out Dots Pretzels, sure, because they're fucking bangers here. Sorry, mommy and daddy love you, Luke. Don't worry, this isn't your fault.
Go to your room.
Yeah. And leave the fucking vacuum in the hallway.
Fucking
Yeah, the
Duffy.
garlic parm's flavor. Actually, that was actually phenomenal step right there.
Thank you. It hurt my back.
Yeah, I'm talking about the flavor itself. I don't think you can just. I don't think you can say Kendrick
I mean,
Lamar.
I understand the pushback, and I try to set it up in the sense of where my angle was, because clearly he's been around for a while. But in the sense of just the 2024 year as the
just
comeback,
for optics, you got to go the opposite way. There you go. Now you're
there
listening.
we go.
Come on, son.
Oh, this whole time I thought I had it.
I know.
I appreciate that. Though.
It's
all right. Carry on.
Looks goofy. I know it's opposite, but
well, fuck. Well, Luke, if you want to go, I'll have a new one by the time you're done. It's your turn now, son.
Something. Okay, joke. Anyways, what was it? We're done. Fucko.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie.
Yep.
I mean, controversial statement. This isn't the only one. I mean, because I just heard the other day, Caitlin Clark, literal rookie. No, or is she been? Yeah.
Rookie of the year.
I mean, brought the most attention to that league, I would say. I mean, good honor. Good honor. This might, but it was not of that because I mean, literal rookie of the year, and I think that would be the one. But also, this summer, I believe it was. Now I know Post Malone isn't a rookie to music. He's probably not technically a rookie to country, but he did put out his first country album this summer, I believe it was, and it kind of slapped. Either him or do you guys know who Young Gravy is?
Yeah.
Yeah. He also put out a country album because that's what pop loves right now. But I would have to toss probably Posty in there or Young Gravy if it's not Caitlin Clark. Those would be my top three, I guess. I mean, I know it's only supposed to be one, but for different actually, yeah. We'll go Post because of bias.
His country album was well said.
Yeah. His country album. Yeah.
It's fair. It's fair enough.
You got it, Dill.
I'm gonna go with something that's new to me then.
Respect.
It's the Ford Model T.
Does that count? If it's new to me? That I started doing it in 24.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
I'm in.
Does that count? Or does it have to be
For
something
me,
brand new?
I guess we'll have to see.
It's all up to you, Bobby.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
No, I'm just gonna go with the other one then. For sure, that will be okay. And that is going to be the TV show on Max. That's going to be The Penguin. Great show.
Ooh.
Great show.
Great call.
I think that is from this year.
Yeah. It came out with the last few months.
It's a great show. And I'm not much of like a DC, Marvel, or anything like that kind of guy, but outside of Christopher Nolan's directing, but it was really well done for a original streaming or a Max original, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
They did a really good job on that. Can't wait for season 2.
I haven't.
I do need to check that out. I haven't yet. I'm waiting to get back on Max when The Last of Us season 2 drops.
That is a great show.
And then I'll probably jump over there to the Penguin as well. But yeah,
I want to watch
that. And we'll get into it. We'll see what kind of time we got because we're starting to run up against it. But yeah, I mean, at least for me anymore, I treat these streaming apps like if I don't have something that I'm not watching, like I'm not just gonna pay for something anymore just to have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like HBO Max, like I have it for when a certain show I'm watching's on, and then I'll drop it until I'm ready. Something else pops up. because it's just fucking pointless, especially because they
You
keep
don't have that up here.
going up in price and stuff. So, really,
I mean, yeah, I think it's like Paramount Plus that is equipped with like Crave or something like that. Like it's some sort of sub thing that, but
could
like
you
that
run
Hulu we don't get either. But Hulu is
what's that
intertwined with
shit?
Disney Plus.
Joe would know if he was here, but it's like that shit you can run on your internet that'll like make it look like you're
Oh, like a fake IP address or something like that?
VPN.
VPN, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you do that maybe?
Oh, probably. Yeah. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know either. Joe was our resident nerd, so he would have been able to explain. But we'll move on to the big one, gentlemen, and that's the MVP of the year. And for me, this one was simple as well. It's Discord. Discord's been around for quite a while, but one thing that they did that kind of pushed them above the rest for me is the fact that now you can get on Discord on Xbox and PlayStation because if you're like me, I have a wide array of friends that are on Xbox or PlayStation. And then I also have a lot of friends that are on PC. And then before you were able to get on the actual consoles, the only way I could get on is either on the computer, but the way my shit's set up down here in my basement is, my TV's on the opposite end of where my computer desk is. So I'd either have to get on like the Discord app with like a AirPod, and sound like dog shit. But now, if I'm able to get on Discord with my Xbox, I can talk to all my friends with my headset. It's just smooth. It's convenient. I'm able to get on there and just bullshit with everyone. We're all on the same, essentially like Xbox Live chat, but you got everyone in the mix now. I think that's really cool that they did that. Really smart for them. Great branding, because now I don't even very rarely get in any kind of Xbox parties anymore. It's just jump right in Discord. It's just way easier, and I love it, man. And I'm a part of 4 or 5 different groups there, so kind of able to keep tabs on. I'm on a few of them like via some of my favorite YouTube channels or Remy the Snack Guy that was on with us a few times, and kind of keep tabs on what they're doing and stuff. And it's just a great app, dude. It's got all the great aspects of years past. It's got like some AOL instant messaging type thing in there, mixed with your Xbox parties and PSN parties, all in one thing right there. And that's really how I communicate with a lot of my friends these days is Discord. So they did it for me. They got the crown MVP. D'Lo, where you at?
Easy for you, never easy for me. Tism is off the fritz, Bobby, as you know. So I'm always just kind of just scatterbrained. And some would say paralysis by analysis, and there's definitely overlooking. So maybe looking at this and kind of like trying to pick an MVP for the entire 2024, and like it's easier when there's like candidates in front of me, and then I pick out of those candidates. But when I'm just kind of like trying to gather all things, and it doesn't even have to be a person, like you said. It could be food, it could be an app, it could be anything. Man, dude, I'm telling you, my tism is off the fritz because that's just like, dude, I can't pick something. But I narrowed it down, and it might not be yours, it might not be anyone's here. But for me personally, being able to reconnect with friends in such a way, and a big part of this that got my vote was nostalgia. The part that dug deep down nostalgia lane, and took a little piece of me being back, being a kid again, no responsibilities, and life is being great and sunshines and rainbows. Part of me went back there, and that's going to be NCAA College Football 25, my MVP.
Oh, true.
Because that game, it obviously has its blemishes, and will get hopefully ironed out over time, as this is not just a one-hit wonder, and they'll make another one, as they already are already in the process right now. But game came out in the middle of the year, and was able to reconnect with some buddies that haven't don't talk to on a regular basis, always like obviously moved and don't live around much anymore. So that's one way to still stay connected. And in a way, and in such that we used to after school and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of cool to still have that. And football's awesome. So is college football.
Oh, side note, we should get on Xbox post recording, but we can get into that off air. Luke, do you still fuck around?
I do. I do. I switched over to PlayStation. I switched over.
Oh, see, and that's why Discord
PS4,
is.
though. Here's the thing: it's a PS4. My friend's dad sold it to the guy who's just trying to get rid of it, so he sold it to me for a not hefty amount, if you know what I mean. Just not much. I got it for about $20. And so I just kind of switch over to that, and I mostly do cross-platform games like Rocket League. I've recently, from Warzone, went to Fortnite again because that game is fucked now, but it's a little bit more. You can fuck around in it a bit more, and I just don't take it as seriously. And Fall Guys. But besides that,
Daughter loves that game.
right, it's so much fun. It's like a video game version of Wipeout, except all of them are adorable little.
It's just like the mini games remind me of what Super Mario Party.
Yeah. Oh, I
Remember those mini games?
see. I also have Switch too, so I
too.
play. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we got to figure something out going there. Then, but yeah. Oh wait, you weren't asking me about my opinion on video games, were you?
No, I remember because we had each other on Xbox when you came on the first time.
Okay, yeah.
Never actually got to link up on there because for one reason or another. But anyways, I was just because I might jump on Xbox after this, but now I know you don't fuck around, so
You fuck around. I at times my Xbox won't connect to the internet. It's because I think it's such an old system. So fuck this system. You hear that, everyone?
There it is. But Luke, to round out this year's TSP End of the Year Awards, your MVP.
So obvious and on the nose and just yeah. I'm gonna have to go either Ryan Reynolds or Hugh Jackman. After Deadpool and Wolverine, them bringing Wolverine back after. I know you guys aren't big superhero guys, but that movie was hilarious. And I don't know if you guys know that I like Deadpool much, but
I know you're a big Ryan Reynolds guy.
It was pretty good. All right, didn't land again. But
God, this guy sucks. What?
Tomato.
Boo this man!
No, but no, I gotta say that, like, I mean, because I'm kind of the same as Bill in this sense that, like, I'm sorry, Dylan's over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, no, I'm same in the sense that, like, with everything, but I mean, like, the fact that that's one of my favorite movies of all time that has come out this year, and for multiple reasons, I have to. I'll just go with Deadpool, Wolverine as the movie itself as the MVP. I mean,
there you go.
$1 billion bracket on box office. Bracket wasn't the right word, and that's what I got to go with. Sorry for the obvious bias, but here we are.
I know we're running up against it, Bobby, but we'd be able to, if we could do it quickly. Any like honorable mentions for each one, if you had any?
Well, Scott herself, like I said, was almost my MVP because
Yeah.
she just does no wrong. Rookie of the year. I don't know, man. There's probably plenty of fuckos out there. Rookie of the year, there wasn't really a whole lot that caught my eye, like drink wise.
Yeah.
I don't think, other than I guess that zero sugar Sprite chill, which was like cherry lime. That actually probably be up there because that shit's delicious. Fuckos of the year, yeah. I mean, obviously you got to throw Diddy in the mix there.
That was the obvious one. I
Sean
knew that
Watson.
one of them.
Sean Watson's a fucko.
Brown season in general.
He's a thief. Yeah, I mean the Browns front office.
Anyone who protests in front of the middle of the street to block people from driving.
Anybody who was one failing leg of my parlay, you're a fucko. At points
That's fair.
of the year,
Valid.
plenty of those.
Shit, Josh Allen. No.
Yeah. Anybody where yeah, you're cruising, and this fucking guy doesn't get 1 point, 1 yard, 1 rebound, 1 assist, one completion. You're a fucko.
And the data said he's done it 90% of the time this season.
Vegas is a fucko.
There you go.
I mean, that's not a yearly thing. That's just an all-time thing.
And then next year, they're already going to win it. We didn't do a comeback of the year this year, but in 25, the snack wrap's going to have the comeback of the year on lock.
Interesting.
And my dog agrees. But yeah,
I was going to say, big fan.
The dog's barking tonight.
And my feet are tired.
I don't know what the fuck. It's midnight here. I don't know what the fuck she's working at. But yeah, when the snack wrap returns, that's going to be a moment. So I don't know if you guys got any other options you're looking at, but that's me.
I know. You definitely nailed a handful of what I was going to say. Like a lot more fuckos than like rookie of the years, like you were saying. Like not many caught the eye.
Whoever
MVP.
keeps bringing back the McRib, you're a fucko as well.
It's Ronald. It's Ronald himself, actually.
Well, I hate to say it because I fuck with Ronald, but yeah, I mean he's the fucko of the year.
He's the fucko if he's the one bringing it back.
Yeah.
Some would say maybe the worker at McDonald's is a fucko.
McFucko. He's a McFucko.
That worker at McDonald's.
Maybe the guy from what the hell's his name? Morgan Spurlock. I mean, the guy's dead now, but he took away the supersize option because he had that movie where I just learned this, where he made it look like he had all these health problems because he ate McDonald's for a month, where in all reality, apparently he was just a massive alcoholic, and that's what fucked his liver up.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Actually?
So
I didn't.
You know what? I feel bad because yeah, like so the guy's not alive anymore. So I guess I probably shouldn't call him a fucko. But yeah,
What the hell? Man?
That was a big scam.
No,
Man.
but
That sucks. Took
I didn't
away.
realize.
Let me ruin myself. Okay.
Death doesn't change.
My bad.
No, not you. I'm talking about.
Oh.
I'm talking about being like a fat ass American. Like, let me keep my supersize option, and let me fucking ruin myself. Don't worry.
Let me make my choices.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm talking too much.
I mean, while we're at it, just bring back the yellow cups at Wendy's too.
I could give a fuck about
Yeah,
that.
I don't care if I'm just fucking around. I don't know. Just fucking spitting out stupid shit, huh?
We were just talking shop.
Talking shop.
Like, have you guys ever done a
I wanted
podcast?
to ask you.
Yeah. You guys want to start a podcast?
We should. We should just talk shop the whole time.
Yeah.
Fire away, Dylan.
Once a week. Yeah. Share some opinions. Bring on a guest here and there. I think we should really go after the Singapore market. I heard that's
Got to hone in.
open.
Got to hone in. We're over 1%.
But we'll see.
We're
We'll
catching
see if
that
you can
terror
help.
crowd.
If you can help boost your country, man. Take that number 2 spot because or you could maybe even take the number 1. Who knows? But you got to at least jump Singapore. I mean, I didn't expect that to be thrown out at all, Dylan. I was surprised. I mean, shout out
You know what?
to our Singapore listeners out there because they are doing their thing.
Next time I'm on, unless after this you're like, fuck, that's never happening again. Next time I'm on, I guarantee we're 1 under the States.
What?
We're like 1 under the States in
Oh,
like.
got you. So you're
Yeah,
going to jump
so-
Singapore. If not, I'm most certainly going to pour one out for Singapore on TSP. So that's what's going to happen. Because the fact
There
that
it
they're
is.
number 2 is astonishing.
You got to sing while you do it.
Sing while I do it?
Yeah, Singapore.
So, Singapore.
There it is.
Oh, shit.
Oh my
You can't
God.
sing.
I'm
Got
sorry.
a
You're not
drinking
singing while
problem?
complaining. What? No, well, I mean, dude, that's how we stay warm up here.
Oh.
Joe the Greek would be very disappointed. That's not a Molson. But we do appreciate that that's a Bush. So thanks.
Ice. Yeah, I think the cigarettes got rid of my taste buds.
Oh,
The
my man,
cigarettes
going
got
through
rid of my taste buds.
going through it.
Yeah. I prefer shaved.
Shaved ice.
Yeah,
That's clever
you know what I'm
wordplay.
talking about.
Wow. All right. Well, Luke, before we hang it up, why don't you give everyone your socials because 2025 could be the comeback of the videos, comeback of the skits, comeback, all the stuff we've been yearning for. We're yearning.
You might be right up there with the snack wrap.
Deliver us what we yearn. But in the meantime, they can get in there, get cushy, sit down, and hopefully there's a show on the way. So give them the 14 different ways that you spell your name out and your favorite number.
There's Luke Markland. Luke Markland. There's Luke Clarkton. There's Luke Clarkland. And I see. Sorry, I'm not dyslexic enough
And
to
then
do
there's
this.
Lark Cucklin.
Forgot they could see me. Easy. Sorry, Easy. Thank you. Luke Markland on YouTube. Luke Markland 13 on TikTok, as we learned today, and so did I.
Well, YouTube isn't that the one that's the Luke Markland comedy?
Oh, that's Luke Markland comedy.
So you don't even know you're fucking Luke Markland's. Trying to help you here, man. Come on.
I appreciate it. I'm doing a very poor job. Maybe I shouldn't have had that second. And Luke Markland, Luke _ Markland. I don't know. I don't know my Instagram well enough, but just look up the name. You'll find it. And soon enough, hopefully, there will be some funny things. And if they're not funny, that's on you.
To each their own,
Period.
they say.
And
If
you
you
are
can't find
potentially the sole reason that the entire country of Canada jumps to the number 2 spot. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Oh,
Come
I can
Monday.
dare- I'm telling you right
Monday
now.
we'll obviously we'll post your socials and all that stuff when we put everything out. If you share, because I know you did a pretty good job sharing last time.
Could have been better, I will say.
You popped up on my people you may know on Facebook, and it
Oh,
showed
really?
one of your posts that it showed was you posted our episode that you're on, and I remember you got a lot of people, a lot of likes on that, and a lot of comments too. So people are probably going to tune into this as well. So,
Oh, totally. Yeah, I mean,
help us help
what can
you.
I say? I'm a popular guy with there.
Especially if you tell the people, hey,
Right there,
we need to
100.
jump. We need to jump Singapore. You need to gather
I mean,
gather all the Mounties and make it happen.
we'll get their funny hats, and we'll take the. I like how much more. You know what? I'm not going to get into it. Just the landmass per capita to people, and Singapore's still winning. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm failing you. I'm failing you.
Well, it's been 3 years, so now that you're on, you guys are gonna jump. Make the jump. Does it show like what kind of stats does that show? Is there any numbers? Like, are they close?
Yeah,
Is
they're
it
close.
is that feasible?
It's definitely feasible.
Okay, Luke, it's
They're
on
within
you,
a
man.
percentage.
No thanks to your brother, who again chose money over the TSP rocket. So
Oh, he's
you
gonna
will
listen
get
to this.
zero credit when you guys make the jump.
Hey, I really hope. I mean, if you don't welcome me back again, I don't blame you. But if you do, next time I'm here, Canada will be number 2, as
Heard
it
it here,
is in
folks.
most things in the world except temperature.
You're our Rob Ford, so
That's hurtful.
we'll hopefully stick around longer. Hey, dude, Rob Ford ruled. All right, I don't want to. He was awesome, but there we go. That's a great exit, ladies and gentlemen.
I think Rob Ford before. I meant Doug.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say because I was confused by that because Rob Ford's been dead for a long time, but
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, no, he was. I like how you know better than I.
that'll be a good close. Yeah, to see. I mean, fuck. I know your fucking account's better than you. I know your country better than you. Jesus Christ.
Why'd you even bring me on, bro?
I know your
1 hour
brother's
and 46
wants
minutes wasted
better
for
than
everyone.
you. Your brother wasn't locked in. And hey, I know you're gonna be watching this, Owen. Fuck the Steelers, okay? And you don't have the option to defend it. You could have been here.
There'll be a comment, I'm sure.
Sick of that.
Come on, go to war.
He'll
There's
say thank you,
there's so
7.
many different ways to make money these days. You could have jumped on the rocket with your brother, but instead, you want to make a couple bucks. What a
Couple
fool.
bucks now, or set for life.
True.
The options.
True. But all right. That is going to be the end of TSP 189. Luke, thank you again for giving us some of your time. You really, again, 3 years later, still don't know much about your life. We'll keep learning. We're gonna keep chipping away. 3 years from now, we'll learn a little bit more, and hopefully,
Like an onion.
I'm looking forward. I'm gonna bring you on in a different season to see what kind of background you have for that one. So, we look forward to that, and yeah. So we got one more episode next week. We do have a guest lined up as of now. I won't announce it just in case things go awry, because that's how things go here with TSP. But for now, D'Lo, we got one more week before we go on a little break
Mm-hmm.
to finish off 2024 and start off 2025 with a strong note. You guys seen the numbers? I keep saying see. You didn't see the numbers. You heard the numbers. We want to keep
Saw 'em
building
on our
off that.
Instagram.
Let's get fucking 600%. Let's get that follower percentage up. Luke, that's where you come in. Help us get some followers, man.
Oh,
Maybe
yes,
1 or
I
2.
will not fail you like I did.
You got Skull
16,
Fuck in Canada?
16 subscriptions away from 100 on YouTube. So if you can help us get there, I don't know if you're sub to us. If not, make sure you're skull fucking the subscription button.
Oh yeah.
I would tell your brother to do the same. But after what I just said 2 minutes ago, you probably not only won't subscribe, but if you are subscribed, you probably are unsubscribing. But anyways, yeah, we're 16 away from 100. Help us get there, folks. And one thing that'll do, that'll help, is if you skull fuck the like button and the subscribe button. But with all of that, D-Lo, you know what time it is, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks again. Going international, TSP style with Luke Markland, 13, and all the other ones that he said. It's been a great pleasure, a blast. TSP Awards, congratulations to all those who have won and were nominated and also honorable mentioned. And also, thanks to everyone who have been helping us achieve those numbers, as we said before. That's a great accomplishment for us. It boosts the morale, and just another way or another reason to continue to do the things that we like to do here, and that is talk shop with you across not just America, but Singapore and Canada and abroad. Thank you all who tune in, and we appreciate the support. It takes 5 seconds. Like the episode, comment in the episode. Maybe you want to share a comment on throughout whatever you heard, or want to have your 2 cents put in on a segment that we did that episode. Throw it in the comments. We like to get you guys involved as well. Leave a review in any kind of podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. Make sure you leave a review there, 5 stars, because that is our average rating as well, I believe, is 5 stars on Spotify. So keep that up. That's awesome to see that kind of feedback as well. But from myself, Bobby, and Luke from Canada.ca, love you all. Have a good week, friends.
Hey, Owen, guess what? You'd never believe they bought it. You weren't here the whole time. Like, fuck you. Oh, no.